Yeah, hi friends, good morning. So today we'll concentrate on next dialogue. So that is our studio. This dialogues, custom dialogue. So we'll concentrate on custom dialogue. So first, I'll create a project. So then we'll discuss the differences between yesterday's dialogue and this dialogue. So now I'm creating this new project on the name of custom dialog. So even today also here I'm selecting this empty activity only. So here I'm creating this custom dialog. So just project is creating. So yesterday we discussed about this normal predefined dialog. In a predefined dialog there is a limitation. Only we can create two text views and three buttons. But today, if it is a custom means that can be completely customizable by us. So we can create anything in the dialog like colors, text, and if you want a checkbox, if you want some list view, if you want multiple items, whatever the widgets, whatever the components we have in Android. So those all we can show in the dialog. So that is very advantage of this dialog. So we'll see first like same yesterday we'll take one text view, one button and all. So here now just I want to take this as it is because just I want to create one button with linear layout so that we can create here. Then we'll add the data binding. So after this we'll add that listener. On the listener, once you click on the listener, on the top of the listener we can create a button dialog. On the dialog again, from the dialog we can completely customizable. From there we can create listeners as well from the dialog itself. It's still the project is loading. Once this project has loaded, so it's done here. Here I am creating one button. So that button name I'm giving you as custom dialog. So custom dialog, I'm giving that button name as custom dialog. So here I'm adding the data binding for that. So here I'm enabling the data binding for this. So data binding dot enabled equal to true. So just I'm enabling this data binding. So enable the data binding. Then once you enable data binding, here you can click on sync now. Once you click on sync now, the data binding can be for this project. Once this data binding is enabled, our UI XML is also ready here with one button. That button name called as the custom button. So ID also I'm changing as a custom. Then we'll go to Java. So in a Java, first step is in Java as we discussed yesterday also, previous videos also. When it is in a binding, first we need to enable here data binding. So declaration. So I'm declaring the data binding. So with something declaration, then when it is in a binding in a set content view line, we need to map that activity with this binding. So data binding util dot this. So here again here it's required the context. So I added here context as well. Then after this, as usually I'm applying the listener for the button. So binding dot custom dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. This is already we know this basic listener I applied here. Then after this listener here, now I am creating one dialog. So this is a custom dialog. So dialog something declaration equal to new, and here same dialog. Here it's a context like yesterday. Here also the same here main activity dot this, but here we could not use get application context because already we discussed that reason. these dialogues are created longer back, so that time this activities are extended as a activity, but now those extended as app compact activity. Because of that, we could not use get application context. And here, whenever these dialogues are there, always it's a dot show is required, so I enable here dot show. Then here simple way, this custom, just you can remember one word, whenever it custom as involved in any of the Android source that required one XML file. So here I'm designing one custom XML based on this dialog. So dialog dot here I am creating one new XML file. That file name is also custom, just added custom. But now in our resources here there is only one file, which is activity main XML. So now here, from here I am creating one more, this create layout resource. So by clicking the alt enter, we can get this option. So now I'm creating one XML file and the name of custom.xml. The custom.xml with some layout it's created. It's created with a constant layout. But now I want to change this to linear layout, and in this linear layout we can add few parameters. We can just give the orientation and we'll drag and drop the options. The orientation vertical, I drag and drop this. So now I want to drag and drop few things into this. First I want to drag and drop one text view and one button, or you can create here directly, you can create here all the parameters here. So here I am creating in this one text view. So with match parent, then wrap content, then some text. So hello custom dialog, I'm defining some text here, this hello custom dialog. Then as usually I'm taking in this one button. So with match parent, wrap content and ID, so that is BT something. Then here now text something, click me. Then here now after this any element you can take. Just for example I'm taking here one checkbox. So this for checkbox ID check and something like text. So hello something, I selected here like this. So now this custom dialog has completed. Now just we can run this first dialog as creating or not, we can see. Then afterwards we can customize this in our next view. It's how it should be applied listener for this button and all, we can able to see clearly. So now I'm running this application. Already my phone is connected. So in this phone I'm running this application. Once it is run, we can able to see this, how this is. Then we can go through there. We can see how this will happen in this dialog. So even though here you can give a color combination and all also for the dialog. So because user cannot receive basic colors and combinations, so because of that even always even expect that customization for everything. So that customization is simple here, and this only we used everywhere in a real-time scenarios. Always we'll use these kind of things only. So just wait, it's running. Once it is done, we'll see this. Still that is running. Yeah, it's installing. Now we can see this application in my phone. See this. Just I'm clicking on this. See dialog as displayed. Hello, this like this basic dialog. So now just I want to go some customization part here. Just I want to give this some margin, some padding kind of things. So because of to make an attraction, this I'm doing. Now along with that I want to create one here. Along with that I want to create here one action for here. So just when I click on this, I'm giving this action here now. So in this, if you want to give an action here, now within this I'm giving the action to button of that. So here I'm declaring the button. So I'm finding the button, find out the button. But this button always you can find out with reference of the dialog. Why? Because that the button is available on dialog, means custom XML. So because of the custom XML here, view, this is a custom view. From the custom view we can enable this. So just you can find out this custom dot this. Then here we can apply the listener for this. So for this I'm applying the listener, set on click listener. Say this is a listener and all everything has the same, only the change is here. You can go to this like this. Otherwise what happens, if you write directly find view by id, it can search this button id within this activity underscore main XML, but there it could not be available. Because of that here you can write like this. So now here just our understandable I'm putting some toast. So toast means listener is working or not. Just I'm applying the toast here. Hello. Now we can check this application, it's working or not. Then we can go through this. Just a minute, I'm running this application. We'll see this how it's working now. Then after this we'll go and we'll see this next step of this. Some small kind of validation thing it's required in our real-time scenario, that we can able to see this now. After see this output now. See now I'm running this. So application is launching. So now see dialog as customizable. Now I'm clicking on the click me. So it's showing this hello. But now if I touch here somewhere, the dialog is closing. But I don't want to close the dialog when you touch this outside of this dialog. Only I want to close the dialog from by clicking the this. Now it's displaying but it's closing. That I want to control here. So for that here now I'm writing this here in this here dialog dot set cancelable false, because normally when any dialog has opened, that I want to close programmatically only, not by the user normally. So because of that I write there set cancelable false. See now just I'm showing here this output. If it is a set cancelable, until unless we close programmatically, that could not be closed. Just we can able to see here in this. See now it's installing now. See once it is installed, see once I click on this, it's a dialog is displaying. Click on this, it's showing, but when I am touching here it's not closing here this. So because of that here I enable this. So now I want to close this dialog. Simply if you want to close this dialog here, we can able to add this simply this dialog dot dismiss. If it is a dialog dot dismiss, now it's a programmatically closed automatically. When I click on that button, automatically along with that this can be closed. Okay, once we can able to see this. Also this like last time, we'll share this code in a GitHub as well as the link in the description. Just you can go through the description and all for this. See now dialog has displayed. Now I'm clicking on this. See the dialog has closed, also the toast has displayed. So this is yeah. So I'm sharing this link on this. Thank you for watching this.